Hello, everyone. Welcome to our fourth installment of our daily practice series with essential oils. I'm Nissa Hanger from the Atlantic Institute of Aromatherapy, and I hope you're having a beautiful day. If you're not having a beautiful day, there's a good chance that today's daily practice will turn that around. Today we are using Neroli orange blossom essential oil to help awaken us to the beauty that is all around us. Oh my goodness. I hope you have this aromatic. I understand not all of you may. It is unlike with sweet orange, which is very readily available and very inexpensive. Neroli is on the other end of the spectrum price-wise. It is one, I don't feel this way about all expensive oils, but it is one that I love to budget for to have in my home apothecary. It's just so gorgeous. I am in Florida, grew up in Florida, so the smell of orange blossoms is always connected to wonderful memories, and wonderful memories as a kid, which is interesting in that this is also related to the sweet orange plant. Botanically, they actually are two different orange species. The sweet orange is usually labeled Citrus sinensis, whereas neroli or orange blossom oil will come from Citrus aurantium, which is the bitter orange tree. Sometimes it's also labeled variety amara. You know, we don't always have one version of the Latin name, nor do we always distill the same variety of plant. So you'll see both of those around. You'll also see Citrus bigarad, however you would pronounce that. So there is a couple of different names that you'll see neroli under. The name neroli, the common name neroli, actually comes from Princess Neroli of the 16th century Italy, second wife of, oh gosh, what was his name? Fabio Orsini, I think it is. I may not have that totally correct, but anyways, she loved the smell of orange blossom, supposedly even still did some distillation herself. I don't know if that's myth or fact, but because she loved the scent of the orange blossoms and used them for her personal perfume, this is the birth of the popularity of what we now know as neroli. Like many of our aromatics that are used widely in perfumery, it's not though we've used orange, the fruit and the plant, medicinally for a long time, the essential oil of the orange blossom, we haven't used like we've used some of these other aromatics that have been around for a while. So it took us a while we are now just learning that the oil itself does have some therapeutic properties. It's a great way to make a respiratory or a muscle blend more sweet. It's got some antispasmodic qualities. It's got some qualities for the respiratory system. It's one I would use in small amounts because there are less expensive oils to use for those purposes. And really for me, this oil is so beautiful for its, energetic, mental, emotional, spiritual properties. Similar to sweet orange, it's another one that's great for times of worry, but also for depression and anxiety and stress. It's one that's been used with mothers postpartum for postpartum depression, which if we think about, being able to see the beauty in the world, sometimes that's one of the things that mothers need the first few months. Even that first year. I mean, not that any part of parenting is easy, but that can be particularly hard and taxing on new mothers. And so neroli is one that can help find sweetness and beauty in days even when we might be very sleep deprived, or things have changed a lot, or we feel stuck. So the other property that is associated with the neroli that I find so fascinating comes from Robbie Zeck's work in The Blossoming Heart. In The Blossoming Heart, Robbie talks about how neroli helps us move from a place of feeling like we have no choice to a place that we feel we do have choice. So neroli will help us expand our awareness in times when we feel like no choices are present. It'll help us be able to feel like we can choose the reality that we desire. And I would say help us find the beauty in the world that is around us. So if you've got some neroli, please join me. If you don't have neroli, but you want to join in this daily practice, use another oil that just brings some delight and sweetness for you, and it'll totally work. So, I'm a big proponent in working with what you've got, even though it's great to be able to focus on a very particular oil and study them together. I don't want you to feel like you have to have neroli and you got to go order some right now. Unless, that is available to you, then by all means, get yourself some neroli. Or go smell some orange blossoms. Straight from the plant is always best. Take out the middleman of the distillation. Anyways, let's take a moment here and center and take some nice deep breaths. You can smell your neroli from the bottle. I recommend not necessarily smelling directly from the bottle, but smelling the cap. Or if you want to put it on a scent strip or a tissue, be like me last week, put a little bit in your bun, in your hair. Just allow your breath to move in and out and allow your energy to settle while welcoming in the delightfully sweet scent of neroli. And close your eyes. Begin to feel the ground underneath you, the ever-present movement of your breath in your body. And as you breathe in here, I invite you to imagine that you are being showered with petals, with flowers, perhaps orange blossoms or any flower of your choosing. And just imagine the sensation of the petals falling onto your head, falling down your shoulders, your arms, your back, your legs. Feel the sensation of the flower petals as they soothe your nervous system, almost as if they were gently caressing your skin. And in the space of quiet reflection, affirm for yourself that there is beauty all around me. And also affirm for yourself that you have the power to choose how you see the world and your experiences. And smell that sweet scent of neroli one last time and begin to open your eyes. And just take a moment to notice the room and the space around you. Maybe even find beauty in a surprising place. A coffee mug, an old picture, the view outside your window, whatever it is. And if you would like to reflect further with Neroli, I would love to know, and feel free to journal for yourself. Where do you find beauty in the world? And what can you do to bring a little more sweetness into your life? How can you actively choose beauty and sweetness today or any day? And listen to the messages of Neroli. May you be surprised by the beauty and sweetness that you find. And be sure to leave me a comment down in the blog, or if you're seeing this somewhere else, head on over to the blog at atlanticinstitute.com. As always, I love hearing from you and what you're finding in these daily practices. Tomorrow, we will return for our final installment of the daily practice series. And then on Saturday, we will be doing a live Zoom class on how to use essential oils for emotional healing. I will teach you my 4-step process that I've been using personally in my own journey. We'll also talk about why you might choose some oils over others in certain circumstances, but I'll also give you the tools to use any oil for whatever it is that's going on with you. And of course, we'll talk a little bit about safety, because I always want you to be out there keeping things safe. I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful, sweet, sweet day, and I will see you here tomorrow. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. As always, I'm sending you lots of love.